Hey there guys, this is me, Malorian, and we are now on to the No Chance Qualifier. For those who don't know what that was all about, basically my son made my lists, and yeah, they're pretty crazy. So this one here is probably the better of the two lists. I have Sturgis and Constance, and this one actually has some pieces I can actually use. Meanwhile, on the other side, I'm up against my buddy Taylor up from Grand Prairie, or maybe it's Dawson, I don't know, it's way up north where the dragons are, and this will be interesting because he has a really long threat, but I also have some pretty good guns. Maybe if I can shoot down the Ulans before they get to me, if I knock them down so they can't charge, maybe I can make this work, but there's a very good chance he's just going to charge in with his feet, kill off my guys, and yeah, because he is running here with Vlad2, so all of his infantry that he wants to pick with his feet get pretty damn awesome, and it's also in tier, so he has a lot of counter charges too, so it's going to be kind of a tough game. So luckily I get first. I is going to go up the board. I'm putting Snipe onto the right Storm Strider, and then Arcane Shield onto the Avalancher. Otherwise, yeah, I'm really kind of seeing which way he goes. I am kind of more focused on the right side, so you know, if I can, I'll try and do what I can, but this is going to be really tough. Alright, so on his first turn, he's really kind of getting into me here. His pikemen kind of really rush up here in the center. Otherwise, the Ulans are pretty far up, and the Ulans on the left, you know, they're kind of up too, but clearly, from the way that he's coming up here, you can tell he's coming to the right. Now, one of the hardest things with what's going on here is, again, because this is in tier, he has a lot of counter charges, and some of the best ones are the Great Bears on the right behind that wall, because when they charge, they get Pathfinder, so they can just charge out from there. Otherwise, his other solos there can counter charge as well, so man, this is going to be pretty deadly. Now, luckily for a lot of the pikemen, they're within range of my sword knights, so they can charge in and do a lot of damage. What I'm going to try and do then during this turn is try to kill off as many of them as possible. I want to try and kill as many Ulans as possible, and then any Ulans I don't kill, I want to try and knock down to really kind of keep back his feet. And then, if I can really chew through that, then maybe I can start working on the jacks or whatever. But basically, I'm just planning on trying to hold things back on the left and focus on the right. So my turn went extremely well. Basically, on the left side, I was able to get some pretty damn good rolls between Electro Leaps doing damage and my main shots doing damage. I also had to kind of like swap over Snipe, so start on the right Storm Strider, transfer it over, but yeah, I was able to kill off 3 of the Ulans from the left, and that's massive. That really took a lot of his bite from the left side, and so whereas I thought before I wasn't going to score on the left side, well, now I might actually be able to do that. Meanwhile, on the right, this was kind of funny. The Cyclone goes up and puts down some covering fire after the Sword Knights charge up and kill quite a few guys. Now, the covering fire there then allowed what's-her-name, Lattimore to charge in. Now, he could countercharge with a person, but they'd have to go through the covering fire. Now, one of the Great Bears did charge through, but I went through and I rolled high enough to kill the Great Bear, but then the Great Bear toughed, and then because the Great Bear can't be knocked down, it got to attack Lattimore, but then rolled double ones. So that all kind of went kind of crazy. Otherwise, my shots into the Ulans went very well. Again, from this side as well, I killed 3 Ulans. So he is now down 6 of his 10. That is amazing. I can't stress enough that I was hoping to be killing like 2 from the left, and on the right maybe killing 2 and then knocking some more down. But yeah, with some big rolls and again Electro Leaps just doing work for me, I was able to get this done. So I'm sure now this will be his feat and he's going to do some pretty nasty things to me. But yeah, this was a hell of a great start to this game. So this is going to be his feat turn. He's basically going to be feeding on all of his Ulans. So they're all super crazy awesome. He charges in, kills a bunch of the Sword Knights from the right. He was really hoping he'd be able to score, but was not able to do that. Otherwise, he was able to kill off Lattimore. So whatever, she did her job. On the left side, he was able to crush through some of the sword knights I had in the way. He got into my good old trencher on the left there. Luckily, he was able to tough, so he survived. But yeah, he did not score anywhere. He was really kind of hoping to start the scoring game off. And now I want to kind of do my best, but it's going to be tough because the guys he has here are going to be feeded on and being super, super good. So on the left side, probably all I can do is use my Storm Strider to be killing off that little solo he has in there. And then I'll have to kind of go from there and just tie it up for now. Meanwhile, on the right, I hope my Avalancher can come over and kill off his two other Jacks. Not his two Jacks, his two Ulans, but I am going to need to part them, so I think this will be a feat turn to try and force them apart. But yeah, it's more just trying to keep up this attrition from last turn. So that's what I do. I do the whole Sturgis feet thing to break them apart because I make the back one move first and then do the front one. So that forces them apart. I was not able to kill both of them though. Unfortunately here, I only killed one of those Ulans. I also threw away tons of my guys because I was trying very carefully to try and deal with his counterchargers. But he has so many counterchargers in this list that I just ended up killing like 3 of my own sword knights trying to set it up and eventually had to give up. But what I was able to do, it was kill off his other solo he had there and one of the Great Bears. So that's something. The bad news is that in me trying to pull him in, you have to. The whole thing of Sturgis' feet is not like May, you have to move them in. So some of the Jacks are closer now, which is not good. But hey, as you can see on the board, Attrition is looking pretty damn good. So what he does then is starts coming after me. He gets onto my Storm Strider, takes it down. The Marauder gets into my Avalancher and slams him in the forest. With this here, he is going to be able to dominate the right zone. So he's going to be able to go up to 2 points now, which is pretty scary. And he's kind of all over me. Otherwise, on the left side, he does kill my Trencher, which is okay. And otherwise, that's really pretty much it. Kills off a Sword Knight. That's pretty much it. So the left side's pretty locked down. But on the right side, yeah, I need to get in there and I need to start doing some serious work as well. I really need to get some work being done here by my Storm Strider. If it can actually go and actually, you know, get some critical disruptions or something like that, that could really help. So that's what I really try and do. I go in there with the Avalancher onto the Marauder on the right, really do some pretty good damage, but again, there's only so much I can do. The Cyclone has to get into there, and so he's able to get into the zone and do a little bit of punching, but that's really it. Sturgis had to clear the way first, so he charged in, killed a few guys, teleported away, and on the left side, I was able to kill off that Ulan, so now there's only one in the zone. Actually, he's out of the zone, so I'm scoring now, so I actually score a point against him, but as you can see here, I'm in a pretty dangerous spot. So what he does then is he really just has to come over with this stupid Marauder, and he's going to be slamming one of his Marauders into me, which is going to be knocking me down. That's the thing, is like they took away power attacks, but Marauders, because you're not really targeting them with a power attack, it just happens. You're allowed to slam your own guys, so that knocks down Sturgis, and then once Sturgis is down, the Mad Dog just comes over, stabby, 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 and it is over and I am dead. So really, you know, in this whole no chance qualifier, I realize I'm not going to be winning lots of games. I do kind of expect I'll be winning one. I'm trying to win two, but if nothing else, you know, I killed a lot of stuff in this game. I was not a pushover. Some of that was a bit with some little bit high rolls that I had, but yeah, you know, some of the people came over and like, wow, you were actually in a lot of trouble here to my opponent. And you know, the thing is like if dice happen and I can get your Ulans before you feed on them, that's a huge deal. And that was great, but it's just in the end, I did not have enough to deal with them and then kind of deal with the Jacks, and they're able to get the Sturgis and take them down. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. There'll be 3 more no chance qualifier games coming up, so hopefully you'll enjoy them, and we'll catch you then. Bye. Hey there, if you liked watching this video, please go down and give it a like down below you here. And if you have any concerns or questions or comments, please put those in the comment section as well. You know, the best way for me to give you what you want to see is if you tell me what you like seeing and what you don't like seeing. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.